A great rivalry over the years, especially the last 2 years. And that's a good run on second down from Mason Core.
Really good job.
And his offensive line has been terrific. Grandin going outside. Has DeBoard, but DeBoard doesn't have anywhere to go. He'll lose a yard on the play. Loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11. Back to the ground to Core, and this time, not much running room. Got 1 to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but still Grandin at quarterback. We saw a couple packages of Wildcat for DeBoard, but it's Grandin back to pass. And he finds DeBoard. DeBoard finds some room. Breaks the tackle across midfield. DeBoard with 1 more man to beat. And he gets pushed out of bounds at the 10. I thought for a second he was going to go all the way.
I certainly did too, and that's just a matter of probably having 40 yards of a jump on DeBoard, because he gets down that sideline. I thought he was gone. But again, the screen plays, you see the offensive lineman getting downfield, and you're just not going to tackle him from behind like this often. Just really fortunate that you had so much space and a bit of an angle on him as well. But DeBoard, and we talk about it, he is so fast and so dangerous once you...
This catch by Speedwack, but out of the end zone. So you can see there, even before he takes off, his left foot is out of bounds. Just about 5 yards out of bounds. But what that does do for Centerville, remember it was 3rd down and long. Now it is 3rd and 2. They get another crack at it. And they go to Core with some room up the middle. He looks like he has enough for the 1st down, but shy of the goal line. So it's an Orthopedic Associates of Southwest Ohio, an Arby's 1st down.
Not being able to get that last 1st down, but I think you've got 3-4 chances to get 2 yards. This is where you just go mano a mano and try to power it in.
In that power eye, it's Core lowering the shoulder. No signal yet, and the officials say he's shy of the goal line. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them do that 1 or 2 more times.
When you're in this kind of range, you don't need much of a push. You just have to...
They got about half of it there.
Tell your guys to just keep going. If you can get half, and then you get a little bit more. And I think here, you try to run power again, and if you're unsuccessful, I think you put DeBoard in at quarterback and do something a little different.
They are lined up in that I formation again on the quarterback keeper. Grandin reaching for the goal line, but the officials saying he didn't get in again, so it'll be 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
And this is where you have to credit the Springboro defensive line, because when they have been in these positions, they have been able to stay strong. It's the bend but don't break. And after 2 tries not working, now maybe try something a little bit different. But the ball security is there. But I mean, you also are thinking, if you can't line up and get a yard.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Springboro doesn't have any more room to bend. They go back to Core, and Core backpedals his way into the end zone. It's 6 for Centerville.
And that is huge for the Elks, because when you look at the stats, they were the better team. Not necessarily by a whole lot, but they were the better team in the 1st half, outgaining Springboro by nearly 100 yards. So much of that damage being done on the ground. Passing yards very close to one another, and really the key play of this drive that Springboro we're going to be talking about is the pass interference call in the end zone. Very close to what could have been called or not called.
5th touchdown run of the year for Mason Core. Brandon Walters tacks on the extra points. And it's a 17-14 lead for Centerville, the 1st lead of the game for the Elks. With 7:45 to play here in the 3rd quarter, Springboro will get its 1st offensive possession of the 2nd half.
The Elks are in the lead.
USA Installations, Thursday Night Lights. Just over 4 minutes on that drive. Also the big play by Colin DeBoard that set up Centerville in the red zone. Here's the Zinks kickoff. We've got tailgating at Zinks of Centerville. Springboro gets it up across the 30, and that's where the Panthers will take over 1st and 10.
It's almost been unfortunate from a defensive back standpoint that Kovacs has had such a big game.
Design quarterback keeper for Maley. He's got a 1st down up across the 45. The C's parted for Maley, and he's got an Arby's 1st down.
Behind him, so they're not afraid to have Maley take hits.
He's not going to take one here as Liam Foley gets it into Centerville territory. And it's right at the stick, so it'll depend on the spot. Could be another 1st down, but it looks like he's just a little bit shy. And Springboro wasting no time getting back to the line of scrimmage, and Foley's got that Arby's first down on this run. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Fun on the farm. There are the Springboro cheerleaders, and you can see they had a slightly different uniform for tonight. Orange t-shirts in honor of Mac Reese, senior on the Springboro team, recently within the last couple weeks diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia. They're going deep over the middle. There is a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage.
It's coming back because the wide receiver that went in motion started heading forward before the ball was snapped. That was an easy call from the official, and he threw the flag immediately. Illegal shift, that comes down to timing and getting things on the right page, but tremendous call. The official threw that flag right away. It was clear as day.
Frustrating nonetheless for Ryan Wilhite.
Illegal motion on the offense, 5 yards, remains first down.
Second and goal to the air. The pass caught by Kovacs in the same spot as his first touchdown of the night. But give that degree of difficulty a 10. What a catch by the Toledo commit.
And again, you line up, you see the one-on-one, and it's almost a given that Springboro's going to go there. And we talk about how many times he scored. He's averaging better than 1 a game, but that's including the sophomore season. And again, getting in for 6.
Boy, this kid is
31
special.
in his career.
How special is he?
Well, again, it's one-on-one, and that's a battle he's going to win more times than not.
Now he's up to 7 touchdown receptions on the season. He stands alone in the lead of the G-Walk. He came into this game tied with Xenia's Michi Harris with 5. As Kubander knocks through the extra point. And back and forth we go now. Springboro answers Centerville's touchdown drive with a score of their own. Panthers lead 21-17. Back with more after this on USA Installations Thursday Night Lights. Red zone. But they only have 17 points and now trail once again by 4. But this is starting to shape up slowly but surely into what we've seen from these two teams over the last 2 years. Back and forth affair with plenty of points. And a nice snag on first down made by Donnie Shelton. 2 of the 3 touchdowns, or excuse me, 1 of the touchdowns and another big play. As they just keep it on the ground, Zakor that time, he's up to the 30-yard line. They go 5 wide, empty set. And the pass intended for Shelton, and it's right time, right place, right time for Jake Spiewak. That fell right into his lap. That's not exactly how they drew it up, but it worked.
Yeah, and it's plays like that that throughout a game really pile up, and if it bounces your way and you're able to get a couple yards out of that, great, but how many times do you see that ends up being an interception off of the receiver's hands?
You know, that's the kind of play that could turn into 6 the other way, those deflected passes, but...
And it's those little bounces that really add up, and you don't necessarily think about them as the game's going on, but they can make a huge difference over the course of a game.
Grandin keeps it himself and gets near the 45.
Full on my heart, and I wanted to create something to raise money, to research it, and do something.
So that's put Centerville back 4 yards for 2nd and 14.
Well, and everybody was covered downfield. Grandin trying to step up in the pocket slips, and that's what allows Springboro the opportunity to pounce on that sack.
Grandin with some time. The pass incomplete. Right on the hands of Mason Core, but he couldn't corral it.
They have some guys that are hurt.
So now it's Anthony Chudioni, but they're going deep. Down the middle, and he makes the catch up to the 25-yard line.
What a ball from Alec Grandin. That thing is right on the money. That is tremendous. It looked like it might be a little long for Shelton, but it hits him right in stride. The ability to haul that in. Goodness, that was a great throw and catch.
Best throw of the night from Alec Grandin.
Can't say enough about that. I mean, you go line up and try to hit that thing in stride. That is not an easy throw to make.
It was good enough for an Arby's first down, and Centerville goes back to the ground, and it's the first time seeing Anthony Chudioni on the ground.
Penalty early in this game, really atoning for it now.
Shelton slips as he tries to cut up the field, but able to stay on his feet, so he's able to pick up something out of it. But certainly,
Click it, you need a touchdown.
Brandon will keep it. He's got some room up the middle, just shy of the 10-yard line. But they do pick up an Arby's first down on that 3rd and 3. So a fresh set of downs on what could be the final play of the third quarter.